Okay, then there's the Fed case in D.C. for trying to overturn the election. 4 counts for his efforts to overturn the 2020 election, charged with conspiring with unnamed co-conspirators to defraud the United States, obstruct the certification of the Electoral College vote, and deprive people of the civil right to vote and having their votes counted, as well as obstructing an official proceeding. What do you think of this case?
Well, I think the case is strong if they can prove that Donald Trump actually believed and actually knew that the election was fair. If they can prove that Donald Trump told somebody, or there's a videotape, or there's a letter, an email, something that proves his state of mind, that he actually knew the election was fair and that he just lied to everybody deliberately in order to regain the presidency corruptly, that would be a strong, clear case. A strong case on the facts, a strong case on the law, and a very serious charge. Problem is, I don't think it's true. I think that Donald Trump, for whatever reason, actually believed and still believes that the election was stolen. It may be wishful thinking, it may be a delusion, but it's an actual belief that he has. And if he has that belief and the government can't disprove that, it's going to be a hard case. Now, there are 2 types of instructions that can be given in a case like this. One would be, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you find that Trump honestly, subjectively believed the election was stolen, you must acquit. The second, and he'd win on that. The second instruction would be a much harder one for him, and that is, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, even if you believe that Donald Trump subjectively believed he had won the election, that belief must be reasonable. And if the belief must be reasonable, then I think jurors would find that it was not reasonable. After all, these are reasonable people, these jurors, and probably most of the jurors don't believe the election was stolen. So it will depend on the instruction. It will depend on where the trial is held. In the District of Columbia, 95% of the voters voted against Donald Trump, the single highest vote against Donald Trump anywhere in the United States. That case should be moved to a different location, Southern Virginia, which is purple, or his team wants to move it to West Virginia, which obviously would favor him. But it should be moved out of the District of Columbia. That seems very, very clear.
Well, right. That's where January 6th happened. So obviously the people in that community are still outraged.
They're victims.
They're still the loss.
They're victims. Almost everybody must know somebody who was there, somebody who's related to a police officer, somebody who is related to somebody who worked in the Capitol. After all, what's the biggest industry in the District of Columbia? It's called government.
Right.